Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. So it goes as no surprise that recently, over the last year or two plus, we've heard of a lot of different companies and institutions entering the cryptocurrency space. It has always been a widely held belief of mine that a lot of these companies actually got in a very long time. The idea being they saw the prospectus for the future potential price movements of the cryptocurrency space and Bitcoin's price, and therefore they got into the market whenever they actually ended up doing it. The normal time frames being around 2014 to 2017. I know, yes, almost a decade ago, but that's how long that they've actually been within the cryptocurrency space. Recently, a company by the name of Henley Partners released something that they call a crypto wealth report. It talks about how wealthy people are within the cryptocurrency space, a lot of the trends, the things that are going on, and where they expect the cryptocurrency space to go over the next decade plus. They have like a rather large time frame. They said they think that crypto is going to be the most inevitable trade over the course of the next 30 years. That is to say, companies and institutions who have for some reason stood on the sidelines up until this point will realize that they've missed out and will try and accumulate as much Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as they possibly can. They also stated that, here's the best part, we're probably never going to see prices like this again. And when you hear something like that, the first general idea is you assume that something negative is going to happen. They think that the amount of accumulation that's actively happening behind the scenes, that is to say on over-the-counter buying and or people buying as prices go lower, is actually going to cause such a gigantic squeeze within the market, a price squeeze, that people will begin to question more or less why they did not buy earlier. That's not trying to get me to get you to FOMO. It's more of what's inside of their actual wealth report. They state the idea of, try and say this in the nicest way, young people will begin to inherit more and more money as the people who gave them the inheritance disappear. I tried to say it very nicely. And with this amount of money, as we've seen before from other articles, basically young people tend to invest in cryptocurrency more than they do in gold. And there's also a bit of a fascination amongst millennials. And even now they're talking about Gen Z as well. We've seen this in many other like templates and things like that. That younger people are actually lightly preferring cryptocurrencies over real estate simply because of the ease of acquisition, the ease of liquidity, and also essentially being able to get passive income from cryptocurrencies without having to buy a property and then also finding someone to rent it out and hoping that the person doesn't like destroy the property as they are actually living inside of it as well. It's a whole nother conversation, but we're not going to actually end up getting there. Is also the idea, and I'm glad that they mentioned this because for some reason other people don't remember that this is an actual thing that's currently taking place. There are a number of countries on the planet who are mining Bitcoin, who are actively using cryptocurrencies. Back in the good old days of 2014, 15, 16, 17, that would have really done something for the momentum and prices. But a lot of new people, at least in my opinion, have gotten into the cryptocurrency space. I get it because they're just here for the money. But I think people are focusing on a number on the screen and not the actual revolution that's happening completely around us as we see more and more activity within the cryptocurrency space. There are thousands of new Bitcoin addresses every single day. We also had news. I'm going to try and remember to put it in the description as well. There was a day where there were, one day where there were over 700,000 new Bitcoin addresses in one day. The world's economic system is not doing too well, and a lot of people are actually choosing to move their money over into cryptocurrencies as it actually ends up, sounds crazy, it actually ends up being more stable than their local fiat currency. So Bitcoin may go down by 4% over the course of a day, but it's not losing like 68% of its value over the course of a week like their local fiat currencies are as well. They also talk about the entire regulatory environment, which we all basically know about with the SEC, and they think that at some point the SEC will kind of exhaust themselves. They can't keep finding things that don't really exist, and then the world will kind of move on. This also, once again, of course, ties into the news that we've been getting over the last couple of months now. The hype around the halving is here. We just kind of haven't really seen it materialize within our market. is coming. I promise you, it's always the exact same way. It's always the exact same cycle. And there have been a number of people for a long time, a lot of analysts within the cryptocurrency space, cryptocurrency higher ups, the people who run these projects, who've mentioned years ago that the prices that we have now and the prices that we had back then, this was also a thing back in 2019. They say it without really saying it. It's the idea that prices are so low and we will logically probably never see a $500 Bitcoin again. When Bitcoin's at $18,000 and someone says we're never going to go that low, it doesn't seem realistic. When Bitcoin ends up going to $50,000, $60,000 and never goes lower than that, the idea that we will never see a $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 Bitcoin is like, yeah, we will probably never ever see those numbers again, especially because of the effects of the halving and just the general momentum of the cryptocurrency market, the traditional financial system that is loudly collapsing all around us, and the amount of new people who continue to choose crypto as their mode of investing and also sending money around the world. Yeah, as always, the articles will be listed in the description below, as well as the actual crypto wealth report from what was it? Yeah. Henley and Partners. I was going to say Henley and Michaels, and I was slightly there. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. There we go. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.